My name is Luna, and this is a tutorial on how to do an ollie. Now, the structure of this video is kind of weird because I am in my basement at the moment, only because it is pouring rain right now. It's pouring outside as we speak. Maybe not, you can't hear it, but it's been raining for like a good hour, and the sun isn't out yet, so I gotta make do with what I got. So yeah, so how to do an ollie. Well, first you need a board, which I have behind me. First, you need a skateboard. And second, you obviously need to know how to ride a skateboard. So once you get used to pushing on the board, get used to, riding on the board, getting comfortable, let's see, like getting on top of the board, I'm rolling away. Once you get used to that, then it starts to become a little bit easier to start doing tricks. Because once you get used to riding on the board, you're not really scared when the board's moving, right? So that's one of the reasons why you kind of want to get used to being comfortable with your board. Because if you're not, then doing an ollie while moving, it's going to be more nerve-wracking than it already is, right? So yeah, so the first thing I would recommend is to be very comfortable with your board. Very, very used to your board. So like, how would I say this? If you can go in a very constant speed, like let's say you're going downhill or you're going like down a straight path, but you're going really fast and you can like move on it without feeling like you're about to fall and having speed wobble, then that's a good way to determine, okay, I am very comfortable with my board. I can get on my board. I can even throw it and run with it. And yeah, but yeah, that's the one thing I would recommend first, is to get used to running with your board. Well, when I mean running with your board, I mean like being comfortable, being very used to riding your board in a very high speed. I'm very rambling on around about all this. So cut and dry, get used to your board, get used to pushing on your board. Now, to know what stance you are, if you are regular, your left foot is going on top of your board first. And if you're goofy, your right foot is the one that's going on top. Now, I can try to show you goofy, but I am a regular stance. So if you ride regular, this is the video for you. But to be fair, if you ride one or the other, it honestly doesn't matter what stance the person is in who's teaching you, because the steps are still the same. So without any more rambling on, let's get on to the video. You won't see this face no more, you only see my feet and my board. So yeah, let's get started. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. You see that red rectangle that says subscribe? You should hit it. It's very much free. If you don't like my content, you don't have to subscribe. But if you do, please subscribe. It will be very greatly appreciated. I want to have my channel hit 100 subscribers by at least June. That's my goal at the moment. And yeah, subscribing will actually help that a lot. If you have any suggestions for any videos, please put them in the comments below. I will see them and see what I can do. Other than that, let's get on with the video. So you can see my board right here. How you want your foot placement to be is you want your front foot to be in the middle, but I also want you to have your front foot kind of in an angle, right? Kind of like in a little angle, because you want to catch with your front toes. And then have your back foot, your ball of the foot. If you don't know what the ball of the foot is, it's pretty much a bone where you're like under your big toe. If you feel bone there, that is your ball of the foot. You put that in the middle, right here, right in the middle of that tail, boom. Because once you do it, you have to do the steps. You have to stomp down, slide up, catch it. So if I do it all together, it will look something like this. Now, it sounds cut and dry, but there's more steps to it. You also have to bring up your knees. If you want a high ollie, you have to bring up your knees. So when you do that, you bring up your knee, you slide forward, and you push down. You kind of make an arc. And your back foot, you just have to bring up to your knees. I don't know if that caught that on video, but you have to bring up that back foot as well if you want a high ollie, right? So if you see a lot of people who skateboard, they don't jump high. They bring their knees up to their stomach to get a higher ollie. So you have to do the same thing. You gotta bring up your front and back foot. I'm moving, hold on. You have to bring your front and back foot up to your stomach and hike those knees up. And at the same time, you have to do the steps that I just mentioned, which is bring it up, slide it forward, catch it. Now that wasn't a really good ollie, but then again, you can't see it in my perspective, but there's stuff in front of me that I will fall on if I don't be careful. So yeah, you just want to have a good, you just have to have a good understanding of how the steps work. So again, you have to bring up your front, you have to bring up both legs, but your front foot has to go up, slide forward, and push down. And why I tell people to have their foot in an angle, because it's a good way to catch your foot. Or sorry, not catch your foot, to catch your nose. It's a good way to catch your nose. Because you can catch it with this type of position, like that. That is fine. That was a bad ollie, but like, that's fine. You can do that. But I've noticed, especially when you're doing stairs, a good way to catch it is with your toes. So have this part right here, this area pointing towards the left, or if you're goofy, point towards the right. Push up, or sorry, not push up. Go up, push down into an arc position, and then catch it with your front toes to the nose. Again, it will be something like this. That was kind of bad, but you know, whatever. But another thing is that when you land, you want to bend your knees. You don't want to stay upright, because that's how you lose balance. That's how you fall. So when you do it, you want to go up and bend down your knees. I don't know if that caught that on video, but you want to bend your knees when you land, because that's how you, one, absorb the shock of when you hit the ground, and two, it stabilizes you and your board. So yeah, let's change angles now. Now, you've seen how you do it. What your upper body does is two things. Your shoulders stay parallel with the board, because if you don't, if you move to the side, either this side or that side, the board will follow you. So if you do an ollie and you turn this way, your board will turn that way, and you won't have a good ollie. And if you turn the opposite way, it's the same thing. Now your hands have to go, like, you're not your hands, but your shoulder, your whole arms, you kind of, like, when you do it, I mean, you won't see my board, but you see how my body is. So when you do it, you go up and go, your shoulders kind of go up, your hands kind of go up, right? It kind of brings your foot, sorry, it kind of brings your board up with you to have a higher pop or higher ollie. So yeah, that's what I would do, is not have your hands like kind of like, oh god, that was bad. To stay still, you want to have it like, kind of have to bring it up with you and land with it. So your shoulders, arms, same thing, go up, and your shoulders stay parallel. Now, your first like initial thought when you have a board is to immediately go to a kickflip or pop shove it. Don't, because guess what? The steps to do it for that is to have to do an ollie, and for a kickflip you have to kick out. So you have to learn how to do the ollies first before you do any other trick, because if you don't, then I don't know if the word is, it won't look good. It would just be more challenging, because the ollie is a fundamental of every single trick. With kick flips, heel flips, pop shove-its, front shove-its, tray flips, or 360 flips, you know, they start with an ollie, you know? If you don't believe me, I can show you an ollie or a pop shove-it really quickly to show you what I mean. Was I even in frame? Oh, I'm mad. I wasn't even in frame. But you see what I mean? My foot pops down. My other foot, it just goes up. It's the same motion of an ollie. But when you do it, your foot has to push it backwards. That's the difference of it. But the fundamentals of it is still the same. So yeah, now that's how you do an ollie in 2024. I hope you liked this video. Please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. help me reach 100 subscribers by the end of June. You know, by the end of June, I think we have I give myself a pretty good time frame of it. Help me get to 100 subscribers before June, and yeah, hopefully I can make another tutorial. If it's not me, it can be someone else that's part of this channel. That's a group member, you know, because even though I own the channel, everyone has a part in it because they show up in the videos. You know, they can also explain it. And yeah, other than that, I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.